Hi guys, and welcome back to our DCO Let's Play for the PlayStation. I am RedHot Misty, and I am here today to talk to you guys about rage powers. So, I guess the first thing, now that the powers are available for everybody, they came out early for Legendary members, which gave Andrew and I a little bit of time to play around with them, try some different loadouts, figure out what felt good, what didn't. Now, let me also say that even though I'm level 30, I'm still not quite, I think my CR is 69, so still working my way up to really hit that sweet spot where, you can really get a good feel for how powerful the powers are. But so far, I am liking Rage a lot. And I think I found a loadout that works very well for me. Mine varies slightly from what Andrew is using, and that's really based on our weapon choices. Now, with that being said, right now I'm using a shield because it's the best weapon I have that I got out of FOSS 3. But eventually I'm going to have my two-handed weapon. So that'll be important in working with my combos because I have a lot of spinning moves. And with a two-handed, you have Doom Spin, and so it all will flow nicely together. My PvP weapon is two-handed, so I've been able to really get a good feel for it in there. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the power trees. Okay, you have two. You have Anger and Punishment. We click on Anger. If you click left on your D-pad, it kind of gives you the overview of the power set, tells you what it does in tank role, in PvP, and you're going to find that you will have an advantage over controllers. Alright, under the Anger tree, this side to me seems to be where most of the DPS powers are hiding. I guess the majority of tank powers tend to be over on the punishment side. So I'll show you the ones that I have purchased. We'll talk about what's in my loadout in a minute. To open up the tree, you're going to start out with a Rage Blast. It's just kind of your basic one-hit move. It's going to knock down enemies. Then you have Relentless Anger. With Relentless Anger, what you want to watch out for is the Rage Crash. You'll find that all of the damage that you've taken once you go to Rage Crash kind of hits you all at once. So really, in my opinion, that's something that you want to stay away from unless you're in tank role. Then you have Eviscerating Chain, which is a pretty cool pull. And then the combo move off of it, Eviscerate, has this really kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed type move where you have blades constructs that go out to your side. You put your arms out to the side. Really kind of a cool move for a pull. Outrage. Now, I like this one. I don't call this Outrage. I call it Angry Drumsticks, and we'll talk about why when I show you my combos. Then the supercharge that I use is Mangle. It's a 35 supercharge cost. You create these huge chains and you're spinning around with them, and the chains are just going all crazy out around you, and I love it. It's hilarious, and yeah, probably my favorite supercharge out of Rage. And then powers that I haven't used, you have Channel Hate over here. I think Andrew used that for a little while, so he probably touches on that in his overview. Then Without Mercy, I think Andrew also used that one, so he can speak to that one. Ferocity, you're gaining precision, resistance to control effects, not something that I would use typically for the way I play. Then you have Violence. This is a knockback. And actually, I kind of use this. I have a shield in my loadout, but if I took out the shield, I would put Violence back in because it's a nice knockback move. And it also kind of puts this little red aura on you, so if anybody gets near you, they get damaged. Then, I think this is actually the supercharge that Andrew uses, Berserk. It's a 50%. It's going to up your damage. Then there's Lacerate. I have this one in my loadout. You are creating a construct blade and you swing it around. If, when you throw it, you hold your melee button immediately, it cancels it out and causes you to perform a precision-based version of Lacerate, which is interesting. And you can see it increases your damage by 45%. Then Galling Eruption. This is my preferred barf power. It gives you a nice area of effect to throw damage out. Just kind of think of it as a circle of barf. So, and you can see it inflicts plasma burn, making enemies vulnerable to plasma attacks. And it's increasing your damage by 50%. So let's look at the punishment tree. To open up the tree, you start out with Ragebringer. That's kind of a pull as well. Then there's Revenge. I used that for a while. It's okay. You're going to lunge at your enemies and knock them down. Then there's Remorseless Recovery. This is just there to open up for me so I could get down to Dreadful Blast, which I use in my loadout. It's a nice ranged move. It hits multiple enemies, damages them, knocks them back. And there's a combo on that where you're going to hold range. You can see, and it's vulnerable to interrupt. Now, I'll have to look. I don't know if they're hand mods from your base mods that will cancel out the ability for this to be interrupted. I haven't looked at that yet on this character because I don't have enough Marks of Triumph yet to purchase those. Okay, but what you're going to do is you're going to hold range and you get Dreadful Explosion and you continue attacking to cause additional damage to enemies at range. And then you get, you hold triangle again and you get kind of this underhanded, I think of it like an underhanded softball pitch or like a bowling ball move, which I'll show you when I do the combos. And then the other powers in the tree, you have Severe Punishment, Ire, Redirected Rage, Vindictive, Frenzy. I used Frenzy for a little while. It's kind of you're clawing at your enemies by tapping your melee button 5 times. It's okay. It wasn't my favorite move because I tried out the Plasma Retch, which is the other barfing move. It seemed to take longer to barf out the Plasma Retch than it does the Galling Eruption. So I like the Galling Eruption just because it's quicker to throw off. Then you have Infuriate and Bloodlust. Then in my Iconics, I had 3 left over, so I put 2 in the DPS powers, and then I put 1 in the Hard Light Shield. So, looking at my loadout, the first thing I'm going to throw Dreadful Blast, so I can get that nice range hit on them, stun them. Then I hit them with Outrage. It's a close the gap move is what I call it. I can be far away when I'm throwing Dreadful Blast, and then I can close that gap with Outrage, hit them with the Angry Drumsticks, then barf all over them, spin, and give them a nice, chopping with Lacerate. That's my supercharge on Mangle. And then if I get in trouble, I have my Hard Light Shield. So let me show you on my attack dummy. All right. So I'm going to hit them with Dreadful Blast. It says 1, 2, 3, and then I close the gap with Outrage. And so then I can start comboing on them, barf on them, and then start spinning. Now you'll see a little hitch there. I hit the square button so I could start the precision-based spin. So let me show you again. I'll show you just the combos on Dreadful Blast. It's 1, 2, 3. So that's a nice little range move. I like that. And then the Angry Drumsticks, which is Outrage. I think it looks really cool. Let me see if I can back my camera up and maybe you can get a better view of how that looks. I'm sure you guys have seen it now in the Watchtower. But now you know that it's called Angry Drumsticks. All right, and then I have the Hard Light Shield, like I said, if I get in trouble. And then the Galling Eruption. You can see on the attack dummy, it gives you a little bit of a DOT on him. And then the spin, which is lacerate. Not, lasts a decent little amount. Now let me show you my supercharge. You can see the hits I'm getting off of that. Now, like I said, keep in mind that I'm CR69, so those are going to look better with better gear that's modded. But all in all, nice little set to get you through when you're in trouble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a challenge mode and maybe find a group of enemies so I can just show you how some of these hits go off. Just to kind of give you a better view of what these powers can do. If I can get my on-duty menu open. Okay, let's see, where are there a lot of enemies? Let's go into Star Labs. Shall we? Okay. Okay guys, so I am in Star Labs just to give you a quick little view, just kind of rage powers in action. Good to see you again. Hopefully I won't die. Alright. Now the only thing is a pretty power heavy loadout that I've got. So it's nice when you're in an instance and you have that troller there, because I do have two 50% moves. But you can see, the kind of massive hits there. Ooh, I'm dying. Help me. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm so dying. I need to be more powerful. Dang it. Okay, so we're gonna try that again without dying. Okay. Woo. So, angry drumsticks. And you can see that the outrage move, the angry drumsticks move, does stun them, which is nice. Then I'm going to finish him off with a spin. Oops. Okay. So it kind of gives you an idea of how the power set works. I think that you have the potential to do a lot of damage. I know there are a lot of people saying, oh, they're going to nerf it. They're going to nerf it and it's going to be terrible. They nerf all the powers. We've seen all the powers tweaked as we go along. I hope that, like Celestial, even after the changes that came with Celestial, I think that that's a great power set. These two are my favorite two powers in the game so far. I think they did a really good job with it. I think it looks really good. Now, as far as tanking with it, I can't really speak to that. I've never really played tank characters, so that discussion is left for another wise individual. I know that everybody's still kind of learning these powers. I'll show you my loadout one more time. Outrage, Dreadful Blast, Hard Light Shield. And like I said, if I wanted to switch it out, the Hard Light Shield, I would go with, where is it? Violence. Where are you, Violence? Violence. Could switch it out with a Violence, which gives you that, and you can see there, it gives you that nice area effect. You can see the aura that's on me. that causes damage. So that's definitely something that I will use interchangeably with that shield in my loadout. So yeah, I think that kind of gives my first impressions of the rage powers. Just remember to kind of thoroughly look through your powers to see which ones have the rage combos on them. Give yourself a little time to practice on the practice dummies to learn those. And yeah, give us a message, drop us some comments, and let us know what you guys think about rage powers and what loadouts you're using, and yeah, what you think about it. Alright guys, so thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comments, questions. You guys know where to find us on Dork Ninja Gaming. Take care guys. Bye.